To study lakes and streams, researchers like Tom Hollenhorst and Lucinda Johnson used to spend a lot of time in the field.
We've done a lot of work developing environmental indicators for the Great Lakes.
They're still doing that same work. The only difference is the tools they now use.
It really does give us a very good indication if our efforts are effective.
Inside the University of Minnesota Duluth's Natural Resources Research Institute, Hollenhorst, Johnson, and a number of graduate students are studying computer data from satellites. Then, they take that data out into the field.
This is Miller Creek, and it's sort of the headwaters of the stream that we're going to follow.
Using the computer data in the lab and their own eyes in the field, the researchers are able to determine what impact development is having on the many streams that flow through Duluth into Lake Superior.
We're picking up all kinds of pollutants that are coming up off of the parking lot. It's altering the flow that's coming off of the parking lot and causing all kinds of disruption in the habitat.
Then, Johnson and her team of researchers share that information with the City of Duluth, state and federal officials, and finally, members of the public, so that everyone knows how they can help keep the water in northeastern Minnesota as clean as possible. It's a great example of cooperation between the University of Minnesota and the community, and what officials at the newly formed Institute on the Environment hope to see take place on a regular basis.
We've become a very nice portal for people outside the university to access what's going on in the university around environmental issues.
Institute on the Environment Interim Director Deb Swackhammer says part of the reason the Institute was formed was to get valuable environmental research from the University of Minnesota to the general public. The other goal is collaboration. There are thousands of students and researchers here at the U of M working on environmental issues. Part of the Institute's responsibility is making sure they all work together. For example, biofuels research starts in agriculture departments and then moves to chemists and engineers who make it work in your car's engine. But the work doesn't stop there.
You need the business school to develop a business plan for marketing those biofuels. You need transportation experts to figure out how to distribute that biofuel. And then you need social scientists and economists to figure out how to get the public to adopt it.
It's a process that U of M Provost Thomas Sullivan compares to the race to the moon that took place in the 1960s.
The race to the moon was a very important part of science and research and education in our classrooms, quite frankly.
Sullivan says the same level of cooperation that led to the Apollo missions is needed to battle global warming.
I think the 21st century really is going to be that race to attempt to solve the problems of environmental degradation and how we can be better stewards of our environment and ecosystems.
Replace the astrophysicists with scientists like Lucinda Johnson, and the race to battle climate change is already underway.
We're trying to understand what the impacts of all of this development are.
And the Institute on the Environment is there to ensure the work of people like Johnson is 100% effective, 0% waste. For the University of Minnesota, I'm Justin Ware.